So 4 months are left before the actual GATE examination 2026. And let me tell you, this is the optimum time through which you can crack an under 100 rank in GATE even if you haven't started anything else. I'm not telling that if you have 2 months then you cannot crack an under 200 rank, but that is much harder than this time. Now, this is the optimum amount of time in which you can crack that rank by some moderate amount of effort. If the time is lesser than this, then you have to put more and very high amount of effort. Now, in this video, I will not tell you that study this subject first, study that subject first, because in that way, I have to make separate videos for every branch, right? But in this video, I will tell you that how you can approach this GATE examination 2026 in these 4 months to get your dream rank. And again, I am telling that if you are searching for something that anyone will spoon fed you, that do this in these days, do that in that days, no, that depends on you. But this video is like a guide. This video is like a guide to the pathway that you have to find by yourself. But how to find that pathway by which you can tailor your preparation in your way, unique to your situation, right? So without any delay, let me start. But before that, let me give you the breakage of this video. I have divided this video into 4 parts. The first part, so I will tell like this, that if you are a student who haven't started anything, then you should start from the scratch, obviously. If you are a student who have started GATE preparation, who have studied 1 or 2 subjects, or maybe you have the idea that this subject is this subject is that, then you should start from the second part. And if you have studied a considerable amount, that is 60% of the syllabus, then you should start from third part. And if you have studied all the things comfortably and you are already appearing for the test series, then you should start from the fourth part. And most interestingly, the fourth part is the most interesting part of this video. People think that, okay, I have done all the things, I am appearing for the test series, so how to increase that marks in the test series, and what more you can do to not to ruin your GATE examination. Now let me start with the first part, or I should say the phase 1. So in the phase 1, I will consider that you haven't started anything. So how to start? See, you have not 14 months, but you have 4 months. Now you cannot afford to study everything in very detail. You have to study only the part that is essential, that is important for the GATE. So here I will show you a matrix or a graph that I call a weightage difficulty graph or weightage difficulty matrix. So what does this mean? For example, if you are a mechanical engineering student, we have something called a manufacturing subject, right? Manufacturing and production. So we know in material of the GATE year, this subject will have 15 to 17 marks of the weightage, right? And we know for every branch, there are 2 subjects, that is aptitude, apti, and engineering maths. These 2 subjects altogether, they will contain 30 marks, right? So that means now you will start with these 2 subjects, obviously, and along with that, with which subject you should start, that you will decide from this weightage difficulty matrix. So first of all, you have to find the weightages. That is, this subject is taking this much weightage in all the syllabus, right? So how can you find that? That is very easy. You just search that weightages of the subjects in aerospace engineering, in chemical engineering, in computer science engineering. So you will get the average weightage that the subject is having in any year, right? So through that, maybe you have a subject A. You have a subject A. Now this subject is having a very high weightage, but at the same time, it is having a very less difficulty. So you see, this is having a very high weightage, but very less difficult. Another subject is there, it is having a very high weightage and a very high difficulty. So that will be something like this. So maybe this is subject A and this is subject B. Okay, so you will consider those subjects which will fall under this zone. Okay, under this zone. So I will maybe choose a different pen. So here, okay. So you will choose those subjects which will fall under this zone, right? So under this zone, you see that all the subjects will have higher weightage and lesser difficulty. Now, here is the uniqueness. Maybe subject A is very difficult to me, but it is easy for you. And subject B is very easy for me and difficult for you. Then these two will change their positions, okay, for different person. And that is why I always say that things should be unique for me, things should be unique for you, correct? So this is the weightage difficulty matrix. Now obviously at first this will take some time to decide that which subject is easy for me, which subject is difficult for me. For that I have a guideline that search that start with that subject which has the highest weightage. For mechanical engineering it is manufacturing. If you are seeing that okay, this subject is very mathematically intensive, I don't like mathematics, then go for the next subject. Okay, if you are seeing that this subject requires a bit of memorizing, and I don't like memorizing, then go for the next subject. Okay, so I should say that start with the first two subjects simultaneously. Maybe for mechanical engineering it is manufacturing and production, and then you should start with fluid mechanics, like that. Okay, so you start these two subjects simultaneously, and you, if you are saying that fluid mechanics is much easier than me, then go with the fluid mechanics subject. Okay, so it depends on you, and it will take at max 7 days to figure out that which subject is easier for me. Okay, now बहुत कुछ तो मैंने बता दिया, but which source to follow? Now see, I am a fan of very good books and good long NPTEL lectures, but now I will not talk about good books, and I should say that you should for sure avoid books and long NPTEL series or any long series. Go for the crash courses only. Go for the crash courses only. This is the thing. Go for the crash courses only. This is very important. Now, if you ask me that which is the best crash course, so for mechanical engineering, the best crash course that I have found is the crash course by Gatewala 2023 that is available for free. Now, please don't think that Gatewala has paid me, because it is their free service. I am not promoting any of the paid service because I haven't afforded any of their paid services, right? So go for that course because I have experienced that. But having said that, it is not the fact that other crash courses offered by other coaching institutes are bad. Go for any crash course, but it should be a crash course. It should not be a very detailed long course. Okay. Now go for those things, and very importantly, you should have a proper schedule. I should say this is the yeah, this is the most important point. Okay, this is the most important point, that have a proper schedule. Okay, now what does this mean? Because everyone knows that I have to have a proper schedule. Okay, I'm not talking about your daily proper schedule. Obviously, things will boil down to your daily proper schedule, but here I will show you that how to tailor your proper schedule. For example, maybe for subject A. Okay, you are seeing that in the crash course I have 20 videos. Okay, each video is of 1 hour, 1 hour per video, right? This you are seeing. Okay, and you can see that when I am seeing this video, if I turn that video into 1.5x, then this is taking me 45 minutes. You are seeing that. Okay, that means you are taking 45 minutes a video. Maybe someone else will take 30 minutes per video. Okay, like that, you are seeing that okay, I am taking 45 minutes per video, then I can easily complete 2 videos per day. 2 videos per day. Okay, with making proper short notes by your own. Yes, this is also very important. You have to make your own short notes. I'm not uh, telling you that you have to write large things, large paragraphs, large explanations. No, write your own proper short notes. Okay, so if you are completing 2 videos a day, or I'm maybe I will become more conservative and I will tell that you will complete 1 video per day, then also this should take this should take 20 days and not more than that to complete that lecture series. Okay, so your target will be that I will complete this subject A in 20 days, and not more than that. If you are getting more time in a particular day, then maybe you are watching more than 1 video. So by that you will complete that video in less than 20 days. Okay, so like that, if you are seeing that I am getting more time, then maybe in a particular day I am in the morning I am seeing 1 lecture of A, and in the evening I am seeing 1 lecture of B, right? So by that, in 20 days you are completing both subjects A and B. So this should be very definite that in 20 days I have to complete A and B, and this will boil down to 2 videos a day or 4 videos a day if you can, or at least 1 video a day. But you have to see that 1 video a day. Okay. So this was about phase 1. If you haven't started anything, that how to get started. Now phase 2. Now you have completed some part, some subjects, and you know about the subjects also. So my urge is that, okay, you have completed a small portion. You have completed a small portion. Maybe from engineering maths, you have completed the multivariable calculus. Go for the PYQs. Go for the PYQs. And here the trick is that the every practice, be it a test series or not, doesn't matter. The practice should be time bounded. That is, you see that in GATE examination, you will not get more than 4 minutes. A- I mean, on an average, you will not get more than 4 minutes per question. So, if you are solving 10 questions, you will get an alarm clock, preferably not your mobile phone because that can cause some distractions. You will get some manual alarm clock. You will set 40 minutes in that alarm clock and get on the table. Okay. So this should be time bounded. The 10 question I will solve in 40 minutes. It's okay if you are not able to solve 10 question in 40 minutes. Okay, solve 5 questions. The next 5 questions in more 20 minutes. So in this way, you will firstly save your time, because our habit is that, okay, I am solving 10 questions and I don't know about the time, and I will solve it for 2 hours. This is okay if you have a large amount of time for your GATE preparation, but you cannot do that in this 4 months. Okay, so this should be time bounded. So firstly, it will save your time. Secondly, it will automatically synchronize your brain with the GATE examination pattern. Okay, so completed a small portion, go for the PIQs. Completed a chapter, go for the test series. People think that I will start with the test series after I have completed at least 80%, 90%, or even 100% of the syllabus. You will never get to that perfection. You will never reach to that perfection, because perfection itself is a myth. Okay, so don't try to do that. If you have completed a subject, maybe you are not confident enough that, okay, I am not solving the PYQs in a confident manner. It's okay, but go for the test series. It is very important. If you are still trying to know that how I can use the test series in the best possible manner, for that I have made a separate video. Okay. Now, the 80-20 rule. The moment you have started with the test series and the PIQs, now you have to apply this 80-20 rule. This is very important. But what does this rule say? Before that, I will tell you about the mistake copy. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you have already heard about the mistake copy for ample amount of times, right? So what is this mistake copy? This is basically the copy in which you will jot down the mistakes, the formula that you tend to forget, the concepts that you don't know, and which you will get to know from the PIQs or from the test series, basically from your practice. And you will jot down those in your own language, in a very short manner. And you will revise that mistake copy every night before going to bed from the first to last page. You don't have to revise it like everything you are memorizing. No, you will just see with awareness that, yes, in this question I made this mistake, so this is the formula. Okay, so in this mistake copy, there will only there will be only those concepts or formula which you tend to forget. So those are important. And if you are going through the PYQs, and if you are going through any good test series, then you will see a pattern that in a particular subject, this is the pattern of question. This is the concept which is being asked in almost every year. That means in that particular subject, that concept is essential for GATE and not the other concepts. In that manner, you will pick the 20% important topics which are essential for GATE, and you will focus on that. So this is important. Why? Because you see, no matter if you have understood a subject very well after studying it for the first time, you will see that although you have understood the subject very well, you will be you will feel a bit uncomfortable when you are starting with the PYQs and the test series for the first time. So that means you have to again go through the subject very well. Okay, I studied this, but I don't know the approach. But now in these 4 months, you don't have that luxury to go through all the subjects and all the topics and concepts again and again. So now you will go through only those concepts again. You will revise only those concepts which are important for GATE and which are important for you. That is, you are not comfortable with that particular concept and you are comfortable with other concepts. So why will you waste your time in studying all the concepts again and again and again? Yes, you will revise them, once a while, but you will have to revise those concepts again and again and again, which you tend to forget in the test series, which you tend to forget in the PYQs. So this will also save your time. So this 80-20 rule and this mistake copy, these are connected. This is a game changer. Okay. Now, phase 3, you have studied at least 60% of your syllabus, but you are not comfortable enough with your test series. For that, the thing is that stay in touch with all the subjects. Now, here again, you have two options. People always do this, that they think that, okay, today I will, revise the thermodynamics. After that, in the next day, I will revise fluid mechanics. After that, I will revise subject C. After that, I will revise subject D, blah, 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 like that. This is not a very bad approach, but this is okay if you have a large amount of time, if you have 24 into 7 dedicated for GATE. But if you are like me, who did not have that much amount of time before the GATE examination, then you cannot afford this approach. So then you have to rely on your mistake copies and your short notes. So if you are solving this series almost every day or maybe every alternate day or as large frequency as you can afford, then see, in a test series, if you are solving a mixed subject test series or maybe a full length test series, then you are already solving questions from all the chapters, and that means you are staying in touch with all the chapters. That is why test series is your best friend during the GATE examination. This I always tell, and in these 4 months, this sentence should be more and more and more and more emphasized. The test series is your best friend. It will help you to learn. It will help you to stay in touch with all the subjects every day. This is important. You have to stay in touch with all the subjects every day. This is very important. Okay. And regular test series, obviously. So this is the thing that you should follow. And now for you and for those who are very confident with their preparation, I have the phase 4. Now people think that now I don't need anything. Now I know all things. But here are some things that we always neglect. We know that these things are important, but I am here to make you again recall, because 5% or even less than that, okay, 5% students or even less than that, they will follow this thing. And who will follow this thing, they will crack the GATE with maybe AIR 1 or 10, like that. Okay. So appear for as much test series as possible. This is very obvious. Now increase your concentration, because at this level silly mistakes are your, well, I mean, worst enemy. Okay. So, how to reduce the silly mistakes? Obviously, practice. But you will see that even after practice, you cannot reduce your silly mistakes. What is the reason? Because your mind is not calm. Because there are so many positive and negative triggers. So, yes, work on your mind at this stage. Because you are in a very good situation in terms of your preparation. Work on your mind. Do some meditation if you like, and if you don't like, I will suggest you to avoid triggers, both positive and negative. Now, we all know about the negative triggers. That is the negative informations, negative videos, negative friends, negative uncle and aunties, and all those who will say you that, अरे यार मेरे बेटे से भी नहीं हुआ था तो शायद तुमसे भी नहीं हुआ होगा, ऐसा ऐसा इनडायरेक्टली वो लोग कहेंगे. So avoid those negative triggers and those positive triggers. What are those positive? I mean, what are those positive triggers? One example is that, अरे यार उस दिन वो वीडियो देखा था बहुत अच्छा था. तो तुम एग्जाम दे रहे हो लेकिन you are thinking about that video. So that is a so-called positive trigger. You have to avoid that. Okay. And having 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 proper exam solving plan. What does this mean? So in the examination you can have so many plans. Like for me it was that I will first, in the first go, I will pursue the question paper and I will solve only those questions which are very easy for me. That is just by seeing I can say that I can solve this question. So you will also get to that level after a good amount of practice. After that, in the second round, I will solve those questions which I can say that okay, this should be the approach, but I am not confident. So easy, hard, hardest. Another options can be I will first solve the 1 marks question, then I will go for the 2 marks question. Another approach can be I will solve for the MCQ first, then I will go for the numericals. So this also you have to go for your own plan. You cannot copy any other's plan. And you should try these plans with the test series. Okay. So this completes all the 4 phases. I hope that this video helps you. If you have any particular question, then please comment down. I will obviously answer that question. And please, if you think that this guy is trying to help with you with something or not, then please share this video with your friends and obviously comment down. And if you don't like that video, then also you should comment down. I will meet you in the next video, and if you want any particular video, then also you should comment down. Until the next video, goodbye, take care, and